Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the latest trends from the D Street, starting from the benchmark index moves to sectoral action and also stocks that are buzzing in trade as well. What we'll also do is take views from our experts to find out what should your strategy be on the top companies that have reported their earnings. After their earnings, the stock are also reacting, and after that, what should your strategy be? Quickly, let's look at how the markets are doing at this point in time. The Nifty holding around 25 points lower in trade at about 19,646. The Nifty Bank is absolutely flat at this point, 43,877 being seen. Remember, yesterday was a down day for the markets. We did see almost a % drop for the benchmark indices, led by the major fall in the banking and the financial space. It is looking flattish, in trade today as well, with some kind of negative sentiment being building up. However, if you see from the morning lows, we've actually substantially moved up as well, recovering smartly from the morning lows as well. Now, when we talk about the sectoral action, a lot of sectors are still trading down in trade. The pressure emerging again from the metals, from the realty pack today, oil and gas. So the commodity space seems to be feeling the heat today. Apart from the broader markets, like the mid caps are still down by about 0.1% odd. The sectors that are holding up in trade today, clearly the auto space driving the top gear is the top sectoral gainer, and consumer durables, PSU banks, FMCG, these are the companies and the stocks that are holding up into the green. Let's talk about the top gaining stock on the index today. LTI Mindtree, 5.5% higher after the earnings, moves very, very strongly. And we just had the management also speak to us. And, we're talking about how the IT sector, though, is seeing some slowdown going on, but the outlook still remains to be positive. Bajaj Auto, Nestle, Hero MotoCorp, IndusInd Bank, these are the stocks that are moving up anywhere between 2 to 5.5% odd in today's trade. Looking at the broader markets, the Nifty 500 clearly dominated by Bajaj Auto, which moved up again 5% odd after the earnings. And of course, there are a lot of brokerage houses that are pegging the target prices higher for Bajaj Auto as well. Alok Industries, Firstsource Solutions, Engineers India, Aditya Birla Fashion Retail, IIFL Finance, these are the kind of stocks that are moving up very, very smartly in today's trading action. Even in the F&O space, it's LTI Mindtree that tops the charts with almost a 6% surge, followed by Bajaj Auto. You also have Nestle picking up in the F&O action, and Persistent Systems and Aditya Birla Fashion Retail follows as well. Let's get a word in from our guest today. Sunny Agrawal now joins in. Welcome, Sunny, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Well, first up, your quick take on the markets and how do you see the outlook going forward?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sakshi. Thanks for having me on the show. Definitely, earnings season till date has been in line with expectations. So we have seen IT companies reporting in-line numbers, although the short-term outlook remained clouded. Long-term outlook continue to remain healthy as far as large-cap IT companies are concerned. Mid-size IT companies continue to report, outperform the larger peers. And definitely there is an action we can see in terms of price volume action also. On banking side, I think all the banks are reporting a decent set of number, whether it is a mid-size private bank, a public sector bank, or a large-size bank. So I think even banking as a sector has not disappointed till date. Today with FMCG, I think Nestle has reported a decent set of number again, so no disappointment on that aspect also. Yesterday, Bajaj Auto came out with a number. Again, I think it was a pleasant surprise that we have seen an expansion in the margin due to many reasons in the Bajaj Auto. So I think till date, again, a stock-specific action and there is no disappointment as far as any sector or any company is concerned.
Okay, since you talked about the two very important numbers that we are tracking today, Nestle and Bajaj Auto, let's take them one by one and the strategies that you'd recommend after the earnings now. For Nestle, the Q3 net profit jumped 36% to 908 crore rupees. The board has also approved a stock split of 1:10. Help us understand what will this mean. Of course, Nestle is a stock which has really become very, very expensive as a ticket price for any new entrant to perhaps think of holding the stock. Will this move allow more investors to now take a bet, whoever wants to take the play in the FMCG basket on Nestle now?
Yeah, definitely. Nestle number has been in line with the expectation, and the stock split is definitely icing on the cake for a retail investor like us. So somebody post split, if somebody want to participate in the growth story, he can definitely participate with a price tag of 2,000 to 2,500 rupees post split. But having said that, yes, I agree valuations are expensive, and if somebody want to take a call whether the Nestle deliver me 15 to 20% CAGR over next 3 to 5 years, for that I think it's a bit skeptical. I think the fair return expectation of Nestle from the current juncture should be 10 to 12% CAGR, not an 18 to 20%. But on the number side, definitely inline numbers. So all portfolio doing well, whether it is a ready to eat segment, whether it is beverages, whether it is confectionery, across the board, company has delivered a decent growth. At the same time, their rural plus urban strategy is working very well. So I think it will have a rub-off effect on other FMCG companies also. So advantages of benign raw material prices will be seen in the form of margin expansion, and that we have seen in Nestle also. So let's see. I mean, if somebody want to bet his money on FMCG company at a current juncture, I feel Tata Consumer, Bajaj Consumer, these are the relatively better bet, which are growing at a faster clip, and the valuations are on a relatively cheaper side as compared to Nestle.
Okay, got that. Let's also talk about the auto major then. Bajaj Auto, which you talked about, earnings. After earnings, the stock has hit a 52-week high level. The big question that investors want to know is that should they buy or should they hold or sell the stock at this point in time? In the last 5 days as well, the stock has been in an upward momentum. In the last 1 month, the stock has surged about 26-27% odd. Last 1 year, a whopping 50-51% move, and has been seen on a year-to-date basis, in fact. So strong rally being seen on Bajaj Auto, soaring to 52-week high levels of 5,400 odd levels now. The company has posted a growth of 6% year on year in the revenue front to 10,777 crores, and the quarterly EBITDA has surpassed 2,000 crore milestone for the very first time as well. So the earnings look promising at this point. We've also seen a flurry of brokerage houses reports post the earnings, having a target of anywhere between 5,700 to Jeffries, which has pegged the target at 6,000 rupees per share now, which is 600 rupees further from here, from the current levels as well. I want to understand from you, what did you make of the earnings, and what is it that the brokerage houses, and if you are also positive, that you would be betting on as far as Bajaj Auto is concerned in the two-wheeler space?
Yeah, definitely. Bajaj Auto has, pleasantly reported a very strong set of numbers. So, despite of volume degrowth, we have seen growth in the sales, and that is purely led due to the premiumization. So, we have seen 125 cc and above motorcycle sales growing at a rapid clip as compared to 100 cc motorcycle. At the same time, three-wheeler portfolio is doing well. I think they have crossed 1 lakh unit volume in the quarter two. At the same time, export front, we are seeing sequential recovery. So I think, all-round performance again from Bajaj Auto. Because of premiumization, we have seen margin expansion, and that has played out in terms of the very healthy earning growth. On the top of that, company is sitting on 15,000 crore cash on the books. I think after a long time, we are seeing some signs of recovery as far as earning growth in two-wheeler sector is concerned. And I think Bajaj Auto continue to remain our one of the top pick as far as two-wheeler auto space is concerned. In addition to that, we also like the TVS Motor apart from Bajaj Auto.
Okay, apart from Bajaj Auto, TVS Motor is another stock that you like at this point in time. Since we're talking about the big bang earnings, so far we've seen a flurry of IT companies come out with their earnings. Some of the banking majors have come out with their earnings as well. And now all eyes are now on the FMCG and the auto names as well. Starting with Nestle, we are now going to be seeing HUL, ITC also report their numbers as well, and then USL. Overall speaking, where are you placing your bets as far as the earnings trends go so far? What is your own expectation? Any particular sectors or stocks where you are most bullish on?
Yeah, definitely. Till as we have discussed, till date, the earning has been in line with expectations, so no negative surprise. Again, on if I want to bet my money, definitely domestic consumption stories in along with that, banking is a sector where I would like to bet my money, despite of concern on increase in cost of deposit, NIM topping out. What I feel is that banking as an industry is well placed to grow at a 15 to 18% CAGR over next 2 to 3 years, and we are in a looking at a healthy balance sheet of corporates as well as all the banking players. I feel there is still a decent amount of headroom left for the making money as far as banking sector is concerned. So one can look at banks like IndusInd Bank reported very solid set of number, 18 to 20% growth guidance that can be on radar. HDFC Bank again a good business in temporary trouble. I think there is a clarity on NPA issues in the maybe in the December quarter, then we may see some strong up move as far as HDFC Bank is concerned. So one can approach HDFC Bank with an SIP route for the next 2 to 3 months, and then probably one can expect a decent return post December quarter. On a smaller mid-sized bank, I think Federal Bank has reported very solid set of numbers. Karur Vysya Bank again very trading at a decent valuation. Karnataka Bank yet to announce the number, but I feel still it is trading at a cheaper valuation. On public sector side, we like businesses like Indian Bank trading at one price to book. I think very relatively cheaper valuation. And there are multiple play within auto. Bajaj Auto we have already discussed. TVS Motor we have discussed. Among consumer story, Tata Consumer is a story company which we like. Basically, three things are driving the growth over there. One is their core portfolio of beverages continue to do well, growing at a low double digit. But at the same time, the food business, which is the larger category size, such as pulses under the brand Tata Sampann, that continue to do well. Soulful is doing well. Narishco through the expansion of distribution network that is doing well. At the same time, Tata Consumer keeps on acquiring company in every 6 to 12 months. So that is giving a kicker in terms of earning growth. So I think one need to be a stock picker in this market. So gone are those days where all the companies within the sector will start delivering a return. So we need to track the earning and then need to place bet based on the growth outlook of the companies.
All right, fair enough then, Sunny, and thank you so much for taking the time out for all sharing all these insights with all our viewers at this point in time. So several pockets doing well in the markets, and Sunny rightly points out that gone are the days when easy money could be made in the markets. Now is the time for getting very, very selective with the stocks. Not all the stocks in a particular sector will move up, and therefore fundamentally good stocks where earnings promise is being delivered is something that you need to keep an eye out on. Markets are subdued at this point, just flattish with a negative bias at 19,650 odd levels. We'll continue to track whether the second half will show some green ticks for us across the board as well. So stay tuned with us on Business Today Television to track all the momentum in the markets. You can subscribe to our channel and also continue to engage with us on other social media platforms as well. Until then, many thanks for tuning in.